Today is going to be quite intense. We have got some very fast and content-heavy sessions where you're going to upskill yourself so that you lead teaching staff this evening.
So the aspirations and aims of the project is to be able to run a pilot that will demonstrate to our colleagues regionally and even nationally that we have got a way of being able to remove the barriers to the current curriculum.
The idea of remembering lines of a poem through music or melody or through movement, through tangible things that they can actually walk through the poem physically or in their minds that will then help them when they sit in an exam and have to recall the information.
We know already from the first year of the project that actually the 4 sessions that we offered went some way to help children better understand the rather challenging poems. We also know that it helped with the short-term memory recall. The long-term memory recall between year to year is something that really we're choosing to explore in the second year cycle.
The Recall project, I found that it was helpful and that I could go home and I'd had the poems like repeating in my head.
There's 12 poems for the anthology. They need to be able to write about all of them because they don't know what's going to come up in the exam. So I think with courses like this, it's absolutely fantastic to try and help them.
And when I came back to school, I would use this technique because I was thinking I would remember it in my head, so I was visualise it.
So this morning we looked at the poem London. And we wanted to kind of represent that by visual arts. So we started off by asking the pupils to make a little chatterbox and asked them to think about colours and words and images that represent that poem to them. We then went on to sort of visual art over an umbrella. And the idea behind that was that we've got quite a lot in our school already that hang up in the classrooms so that pupils could take them away with them back to their schools and hang them in the classrooms. So when they're in their English classes, they can have a look at them, they might see an image or a colour or a word, and that might help them sort of remember that poem.
The best techniques for me was probably the singing, because it's the one that stayed in my head the most and the ones that I can remember now as well.
This project really creates student leaders. It really inspires them with confidence.
Yes, it has helped me because it has taught me different techniques like using art to learn the poetry, drama or music.
With the new GCSEs, there is an emphasis on content and knowledge acquisition, and we feel very strongly that the arts are well placed to help young people to learn memorisation techniques. On a minibus on the way here this morning, I asked pupils to recite some of the poems that they'd learnt over a year ago, and they were able to, and they used the movements and they used the actions and things that they'd associated with lines, and it was immediately there without any hesitation.
From doing things like the physical performance, I think that will help me to remember all these different quotes and things like that, because through doing that you create these visual images that get stuck in your head, and that's a very good way of remembering them.
Giving them different strategies to remember those quotations will really help them being able to tackle the questions successfully in the examinations.
It was basically to get boys to get involved into poetry, and we had different sessions in how to learn poetry. There was a drama and singing. The one that I found easy was singing.
It's been really good for me to be able to use cross-curricular links and team up with the English department and be able to work together and collaborate and make new resources which can be then taken and used for not just lower ability students but students that might prefer learning in more of a kinesthetic environment.
The project that we're doing, the Recall project, has helped me realise that there's more than one way to remember things, because generally I'm quite a visual learner anyway, but I've realised that you can adapt yourself to different things.
It helps me remember, and I've enjoyed, like, you know, when we do all the physical performances, like all the freeze frames and stuff, it helps me remember and helps me visualise with my mind and what's going on.
When I have images, it like helps me remember stuff more in colour, and I just get to visualise it better.
Techniques help me to learn the poem, memorise the poem easily, because they are interactive, they are engaging. It's really easy to like remember a song, like for example if it's like one of your favourite songs, you just learn the lyrics quickly. So same with the poems, the rhythm of the music will help you remember the words easily.
I now have memorable quotes and words stuck in my head that can help me think of the phrases whilst I'm in exams as well.